All right, check it out. So basically what we're going to do today is save a session and put it in a folder ready so that you can wrap it all up or zip it all up and share it like on Dropbox or Google Drive. This is really useful when collaborating with another producer or sending your session over to somebody who's going to mix it and master it. So let's just dive right into it. I'm going to create a really basic session because I want this to be a super fast tutorial. So I'm just going to add in a loop and I'm going to save it. So let's just go into dubstep loops. Cool. And it was 140, so we'll just drop that bad boy in there. Great. I'm also going to grab a Serum, and because I'm going to show you as well how to make sure you save your Serum patches to be able to go along with the session. So we'll create some MIDI here, and I'm just going to create a basic chord progression. We'll start on C, E, G. Yeah, we'll duplicate that, go up to G, B, D. We'll take the D and put it down. Let's go with, this time we want a G, so, no. Maybe an F, so F, A, C, bring that A down there, and then we'll do a D, F, A. D, F, and A. Perfect. And because we want to demonstrate that this is a Serum, oh, my video camera is on the other side, so I'll put my video camera there and you guys can watch me actually do a quick Serum patch. So my Serum window is over here. All right, we want it to go like this, like this. So now it's going to go wub wub wub. Cool. Oh, let's loop that. You guys get the point. Okay, great. Now, the first thing that we need to do is we're going to save this like wherever Ableton defaults saves it. So I'm going to go, now I'm working in a Mac, so I've got like my own producer folder here. So what we're going to do is we're going to save it wherever Ableton defaults. Demo for saving. It's going to be my session. Demo for saving is going to be my session. And that's going to be somewhere like in my documents folder or in my music folder. I forget where Windows Ableton defaults it to, but essentially now you can see that it's saved. But the Serum patch itself is still like an initialized patch. I haven't done anything with it yet. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to save the patch. So I hit the little save button here, and by default, it's going to put it in the Serum user folder. So I'm going to just call it synth for save. Okay, now it's saved there. Great. But what I want it to do is I want to put everything into a nice little self-contained folder. So I'm going to hide Ableton right now, just for a second. And I'm going to create a new folder on my desktop. And this is what I'm going to be. I'm going to call it like a saved project for share. If you're in Windows, you're going to do the same method, okay? So save for share, or whatever you want to name the session, okay? Now back over in Ableton, this is the key part, right? We're going to take it out of wherever our local thing is, and we're going to wrap it all up to share with somebody else. So we go here, File, Save a Copy. is right under there. In Windows, it should still be under that same like drop down. Now what we're going to do is we're going to navigate to our desktop. Same thing, even if you're on a PC, you're still going to find the folder on your desktop, and you're going to find the one that says Save for Share, or whatever you just called it. So you're going to double click in there, and then you're going to call it demo for saving or whatever. Print is maybe a good one, so you can discern between the two. Okay, you're going to hit save. Now notice at the top right now, it didn't change the name. That's because you're still in the session that's saved wherever Ableton by default is. So what I recommend doing is closing Ableton, going into Save for Share, right? And now it's got a folder in there. So if you go into there and you open up your ALS or your Ableton file, that should open. Now what it's going to do is it's going to load Ableton, and it's going to start thinking, it's going to start looking for all the files that you used, right? If you used audio files and you used loops and stuff like that, it's going to go look for them. Provided that you follow these steps, it should find them all directly. Now, the next thing that you need to do is you need to go up here and go to Collect All and Save. So this is going to be step 2. Collect All and Save is going to take all the samples, like the kicks and the loops and everything else like that, all the audio samples that you have, and it's going to suck them from wherever it is on your hard drive. If you have like a downloaded like producer packs from like Excellent Sound or whatever, like it's going to collect them all from wherever they are, and it's going to stick them in that folder on your desktop automatically. So that's what Collect All and Save does, because it brings it up and it says brings all the files from elsewhere, all files from other projects if you're using files from other projects, and all the projects from your user library. So if you're using like kicks and snares from like the Ableton sample bank, it again sucks them all in there. And the reason why we want this is because they're all self-contained, right? So now if I just hide Ableton for a quick sec, you see now there's a folder there in the desktop called samples and all the project info and everything. It's great. Okay, so the next thing that we need to do, the very last thing to do, is we need to make sure that we send the Serum Patch with that folder. So on our Serum track here, I'm going to rename this one called Main Synth. And this is what a lot of pro studios will do. They'll name their track. So that's this whole thing here. They'll name that track, and then when they open up Serum themselves, what they're going to do is they're going to go here under Menu, and they're going to go down to where is it? Okay, you actually just have to hit the save button. Sorry. Okay, now instead of saving it in our user thing, which is like contained in Serum, we want to save it into our desktop. So here's the trick. We navigate to the desktop, we go to the Serum folder, or to the project folder, and I would recommend creating a new folder in there called Synth Patches. Hit create. Okay, and then you're going to name it. This is the key part. You're going to name it the same thing as your main synth. The reason why you're going to do that is if another producer goes to open it up in his studio, he's going to see the name of the track there at the top, and he's going to look for the patch of the same name, because he doesn't know what your naming convention is going to be, but that's the first thing that he's going to look for. And this is a standard practice when sharing between studios. So we're just going to call this one Main Synth. If you're using a whole bunch of different virtual synths and stuff like that, it's also a really good practice to go like this: Serum Main Synth, and then going back and changing this guy to Serum Main Synth. So maybe SRM, because the track's not so long, right? And then that way the producer knows exactly what you've called it, and he can see it right there. Okay, so now if I quit Ableton, we're going to hit save one more time. Uh-oh, we made a mistake. So there's the demo for saving ALS, but for some reason our Serum Patch didn't save. So I think I saved it in the wrong location. So that's a really good thing. So I'm going to open Ableton again, and I'm going to double check that I saved my Serum main synth to the right folder. Okay, so we hit the save button. It's going to prompt us where do we want to save it. We're going to go to our desktop. We're going to go save for share. It should be there, synth patches. I wonder if this isn't a cloud thing. Desktop. There we go. There's the synth patches right there. I was one folder too deep. So it did save properly. All right. So now that we are validated that everything's in there, right? You've got your project, and then you've got any of the external patches that you would have used for soft synths, like Serum, or like if you use battery or stuff like that. You want to follow all of these same approaches. But now it's all self-contained. So then what you can do is you can take this and you can zip it up using WinRAR or WinZip or Archiver or whatever. So it's nice and small, because sessions can be really big. Your next step would be to zip it up and to upload it to like Google Drive, and that's how you share it. So thanks for watching, you guys. I know it was a quick tutorial. I did a little bit of rambling, but if you have any questions, hit it up in the comments or shoot me a note, and yeah, see you in the next video.